Good morning, everyone. Please come on camera first. I know this song was very energetic, so you all are energized. Don't start with your dumbbells behind the scenes. Work out here in front of us, please. We'll also get motivated. Toastmaster Jyoti, Toastmaster Amit, Toastmaster Tessie, please come on camera.
I am on camera.
No, the Amit Gupta.
Okay, Amit Gupta. Okay, all right. Sorry, there's so much
Hi,
confusion
Okay,
about
Chaitanya. Good
names.
morning. Today,
good.
not able to open the camera, please. It's a lazy Saturday for me. Thank you.
It's a bright day. So, good morning, everyone, and I welcome all of you to 153rd meeting of the Gabbys Toastmaster Club. And like always, I'll be pointing out few very important key points before the meeting starts. Toastmaster International allows us to present our views on all kinds of topics, but we at the Gabby's Toastmaster Club request all the speakers and role takers to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on topics of sex, religion, and politics. We urge you to be cognizant of the fact that we as club practice diversity and inclusion in letter and in spirit. Hence, ensure there are no sexist, racist, or any such undertones which create hostility and discomfort for the members or our guests. I'll be now calling upon the presiding officer of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. He's the current VPPR of the Gabbys Toastmaster Club and the Gabbys Online Toastmaster Club. He's a double distinguished Toastmaster, has achieved 3 Triple Crown awards and has completed 9 paths. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Datta. Chakde bhatte.
Thank you. That was our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Chaitanya Prasad. Thank you, everyone. Good morning, Gabbys. Can you please unmute yourself?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Everyone.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tessie, Sima, Jyoti. You can stay off
Hi,
video.
Sourav. Good morning.
Morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining meeting number 153 today. Before I get onto the theme and talk about introduce the TMOD, let me give a brief introduction about Toastmasters International, though I don't think that's really necessary because all of us are Toastmasters here. But just as a formal protocol of starting the meeting, we the Gabbys are a part of a 100-year-old organization, which was started in 1924 by Dr. Ralph C. Smedley. Toastmaster believes in providing a supportive and positive learning environment for people to practice public speaking, communications, and leadership skills. We have a guest in our meeting, a very special guest at that. We have the Division Director of Division E, District 92, Toastmaster Simab Siddiqui. Toastmaster Simab, and she just left. Okay. And okay. And so we don't, yeah, we have a guest in Thuvarakan, Dushyantha. Am I getting your name right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So would you want to give a quick 30-second introduction about yourself? And
Yeah. Hi, everyone. So probably this is my second meeting with Gabbys. So first I joined for the joint meeting. Sorry, it was an evaluation speech marathon, if I'm not mistaken, like 17 or 18 like speeches.
Yes.
So this is my second time joining with you, and I'm really happy with you. So I'm Dhwarakan, and I'm from Jaffna Toastmasters of Sri Lanka. And yeah, I'm happy to be with you here.
Thank you so much. Thanks to Gihan and Sudharma, now the Gabbys is becoming kind of a household name in Sri Lanka as well. And we are having so many people from Sri Lanka joining us. I'm welcome again, Toastmaster Simab Siddiqui, Division E Director, District 92. Toastmaster Simab, would you want to a quick 30 seconds about yourself?
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav. It might be quite noisy because I'm on the way to another meeting, but I really wanted to join this. I saw the poster and I was like, I want to be a part of this meeting, and I've been part of Gabbys before. Amazing meetings, amazing energy. I'm just looking forward to that. Over to you.
Thank you so much. So Gabbys and sports have a lot in common, actually. In case you didn't know, we have quite a few fitness enthusiasts, sports persons within our club. The one that I can immediately think of is Toastmaster Sanjana Garai, our secretary of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. She is a badminton, she's a district champion, and she has represented the district, Karnataka district, at the state level in badminton. We also have Toastmaster Jyoti Mandal. She's an yoga guru, a fitness coach. We have a lot of other people who are extremely active and extremely enthusiastic about sports, health, wellness, and I'm definitely not one of them. I have many strengths, and this is not one of them. So let me now quickly introduce the theme of the meeting. But before that, let me also talk about a couple of things that today is the last day of September. So how has this month been for the Gabbys? As usual, a pretty happening month. What happened this month? First of all, we have had 17 meetings. This is the 17th meeting of the month. A big round of applause for the VP educations of both the clubs. A great job. 17 meetings, even if we consider it as, 2 clubs having 17 meetings, it's still more than 8 meetings a month. Typically, a Toastmaster club has got 4 meetings a month. So that's why we say if you join the Gabbys, you get double the value. It's totally value for money, paisa vasool kind of a club, right? So thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel and Toastmaster Karthik Venugopal for keeping the energy so high. I sometimes really wonder, are you feeding us? How are you intoxicating us virtually that everyone turns up on the meeting 3 times a week? So many people, that too on a long weekend. So whatever your secret formula is, keep it a secret, because there are clubs that are really dying to know this, and you will not share this, okay? Because that's what our trade secret is, right, Dhwani? Our VPM will not want that to happen. And that is the reason that we have had members coming in through our doors, literally coming in through our doors. The Gabbys does not reach out to people asking them to become a member. We reach out to people asking them to experience the Gabbys meetings, and the rest, as we know, is history. So this time we again created history. This time both the Gabbys Toastmasters Club and the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club have bagged this medley award. This is the third time that the Gabbys Toastmasters Club has bagged this medley award, and the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club, which has come into existence just a few months back, has already bagged this medley award. So both the clubs together have bagged close to, I think the Gabbys has got 15 new members this year, and the Gabbys Online Toastmaster Club has got close to 14 new members this year. So just in the month of August and September, we have had 10 members joining either the Gabbys or the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. A big round of applause for our VP memberships, Toastmaster Dhwani Adesara and Toastmaster Priyanka Ranore, for a formidable feat. What else happened in the Gabbys? We have bagged 23 education awards as we speak, and I'm pretty sure in today's meeting also we will have a couple of you completing your levels, and a few more education awards may go on the board. Both the Gabbys put together has bagged 23 education award, and that takes the total education award count to 62 in just 3 months. 62 education awards, 40 of them for the Gabbys and 22 of them for the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. Together 62 education awards, and that's the reason the Gabbys Online Toastmaster Club and the Gabbys Toastmaster Club are in the top 5 clubs of the District 92 in terms of the education awards. And a great job again, both the VPs and also the mentors of each of the members who have made it possible. Great job there. Thank you so much. And something that probably you didn't know, all this is something that we have been sharing very often, but now I'm going to give you the big bang news. The Gabbys has launched the 2nd season of Speechcraft for the members of the Image Management Professionals Association. We have a tie-up with Image Management Professionals Association. This is an association of image consultants and soft skills trainers. And every year, once or twice, we conduct a Speechcraft program for these trainers and coaches. Last year, it was a phenomenal success. Not only the program, but also after the program. And that's the reason we have had a bunch of members joining the Gabbys, including our secretary of the club, Toastmaster Chitrakshi Vij, and several other members joined us as after the Speechcraft program got over as a Toastmaster. We have got Toastmaster Shilpa Reddy, Samita Kar, Chef Ali Singh, a lot of them joined us. This time again we launched, and it's just been a couple of weeks that we launched this program, and already today we have got 22 members, 22 participants enrolling for the Speechcraft program with a total collection of 1,10,000 rupees coming in only from the Speechcraft program. A big round of applause for distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel for leading this initiative with the Image Management Professionals Association. The Speechcraft is a wonderful program for people to hone their public speaking skills in a very short period of time. In 8 weeks, we prepare them for the stage, we prepare them to face the audience, we prepare them to get over their fear of public speaking. This is what wonders for many people. And in case you and your family, anyone is interested in being a part of the Speechcraft program, please feel free to get in touch with Nancy, because sometimes it's not possible for us to commit long term for Toastmasters. We may have other things coming up, or there is some important event coming up, maybe a road show, maybe a drama, maybe a play, maybe an interview, maybe any kind of a panel discussion that you are being a part of. For any of these things, just in 8 weeks, we prepare people to face the audience, to be on the stage. And along with that, I would also want to announce that the Gabbys is conducting an outreach program at the Durga Puja event in Bangalore, where we are putting up a stall. So anyone and everyone who's in Bangalore, please visit us at the Manfo Convention Center between 20th and 23rd of October. And be there, because there again, we're going to talk about Speechcraft, we're going to engage with the audience, and we are going to have a lot of fun. So anyone who's a member of the Gabbys or who's not a member of the Gabbys, you are most welcome to join us there and be a part of the festivities, and also our initiative to take Toastmasters beyond Toastmasters. Obviously, if you're in Bangalore, that would be possible, because we are not going to pay for airfares from Colombo or Jaffna, that's for sure. With this, let me welcome the very inspirational character. I would say he's a very inspirational person for me, and I'll tell you why. I'll take the liberty of speaking my mind here. There are a few people who have absolutely amazed me in terms of their growth in the Gabbys, and two of them are in this meeting today. One is Devasish, and the other person is the TMOD for today. When this person joined us, so he has been a fan of the Gabbys for a long time. Okay, he has been promoting and talking about Gabbys in every possible way here and there. So many people have joined us at the Gabbys because he has been, our what should I say, our silent admirer, right, and secret admirer. And everyone would say, he referred me to the Gabbys. And then this person joined our club, and then the referrer himself became a member. Initial days when I saw him, I could see him stutter, stammer, being a little nervous on stage, not too sure. There have been times when he decided, okay, fine, I'm not doing well. And I know that kind of nervousness, I can see through some of you, because I've been working with you for so long, and I've seen that in him. But today, this guy has become like one of the best examples of confidence. And you will see that through the meeting today. By profession, he's an engineer. He stays in Hyderabad. But what I admire the most about him is he has a charming smile. He has a very, very infectious and a contagiously positive screen presence. And he is one of the best examples of positivity, dedication, and confidence that I have within the Gabbys. Please welcome, with a big round of applause, our Toastmaster of the day today, Toastmaster Ayush Goel. Chak de Ayush.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav, for that amazing introduction. Now, let's talk a little about the theme today. The theme is sports. Sports teaches you character. It teaches you to play by the rules. It teaches you to know what it feels to win, to lose. Basically, it teaches us about life. So, and I understand that some of you might not be interested in sports, but I want to ask those people who are interested in sports, like, why do you like sports? What makes you want to be with them and to engage in sports?
I think I like sports very much more than my work, but unfortunately, I couldn't take it as a profession, because the reason I like sports, because those 1 hour or 2 hours when I play, it is I am playing. There is nothing around which is disturbing me, or the tensions or anything. So it totally gets me involved into it.
Thank you, Devashish. Yes, sports do help us get into the zone many times. By the way, which sport do you play?
I play football and badminton.
Nice, that's amazing. And anyone else would like to tell about any of the sport journeys? Maybe Chaitanya, you play sports?
Yes, you name it. I
Which is your
like playing.
favorite one?
For me, favorite ones. I have two, three favorite sports. Either it is football or badminton and lawn tennis. Since we don't have a lawn tennis court nearby, so I don't play it right now. But yes, I love sports, and I used to stay in a place where there were lots of sports facilities. So it's a part of me as I grew up.
That's amazing, Chaitanya. Now, I would get back to this conversation again, but before that, let me tell you about the Toastmasters meeting. The Toastmaster meeting has three segments. First is the prepared speech section. The speakers prepare the speech, write the speech, prepare and present it in front of us. The second is the table topic section. That is the impromptu speaking section, and our table topic master will explain about it in detail in the section. The third is our evaluation section. This tells us where we did good, where did we do wrong, and how to improve. And for this, we have a general evaluator in the meeting. She is the vice president membership of the Gabbys Toastmaster Club and the area director of Area 31D, District 117. She is a double triple crown winner and double path breaker. She is a personality development coach by profession, an artist by heart, and a menstrual educator by choice. Please help me welcome the general evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Dhwani Adesara. Over to you, Toastmaster Dhwani.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster, for the day. And hello, everybody. How are you all doing today? Are you all energetic? Yes, no, with
Yes.
these, yeah, with such an amazing theme of Chak Day. And I'm sure that we all are wanting to see what's more ahead and what is coming ahead in the meeting today. With that, I am a general evaluator, and my role is to evaluate the whole meeting, but I cannot do that alone. I have a team with me who will help me to do that. I have my tag team. T stands for timer. Now, our timer for today is an electrical engineer by profession working at the Morgula hydropower project in Sri Lanka. In his free time, he likes to play badminton and he likes to do gardening. He's none other than Toastmaster Gihan. Toastmaster Gihan, could you please come and tell us what are you going to do today as the timer?
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. As timer today, I will time all the prepared speeches, table topic speeches, and evaluations. And also, I will alert on each session, tracing the color cards. For the prepared speeches, that allocated time will be 5 to 7 minutes for today's speeches. At the 5th minute, I will raise green card. At the 6th minute, I will raise yellow card. At the 7th minute, I will raise red card. And for this prepared speeches, there will be 30-second grace period in upper and lower margins. And for the table topic speeches, the timing will be 1 to 2 minutes. At the first minute, I will raise green card. First and third second, I will raise yellow card. And second minute, I will raise red card. For the table topic speeches, there will be 30-second grace period only upper margin. For evaluations, the allocated timing will be 2 to 3 minutes. At the second minute, I will raise green card. And at second and 30-second, I will raise yellow card. And third minute, I will raise red card. For the evaluations, there will be 30-second grace period for upper and lower margin. And at the end of the meeting, I will present my report during general evaluation session. Over to general evaluation.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gihan, for reiterating your timer role today so beautifully. With that, let's move on to our next team member, which is the R counter. Now, our R counter is a software engineer working in Bangalore. His interests include music, cooking, sports, trekking, traveling, and doing adventures like rafting, paragliding, etc. And the list goes on, actually. He is keen towards learning new things and is able to do something that has an impact. He is none other than Toastmaster Chaitanya.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I will be the accounter of the day, and my job will be to listen closely to the crutch words and overused words such as okay. So these are the words which we use as a reflex to fill in between our sentences. For example, I went to the bakery, okay. Then I bought a pastry over there, okay. After that, I was trying to book a cab, okay. Then do you know what happens next? So in this sentence, there is an overusage of okay, which actually reduces the effectiveness of the sentence. So I will be recording them and will be presenting it towards the end of the meeting. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chaitanya. With that, let's move on to our next person, the grammarian for today. Now, he is the VPE of the Gabbys online Toastmasters Club. He is working as a full stack developer in Travelopia and a tech trainer. He's a movie buff. He likes storytelling and listening to music most of the time. He's none other than Toastmaster Karthik Venugopal.
Thank you, General Evaluator Dhwani. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, as a grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I will note of any mistakes of the English language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it is my duty to introduce the word of the day. And the word of the day for today is adroit. Adroit. So, which means clever or skillful. So this can be used in this way. He was adroit at tax avoidance. Dhwani was adroit at her general evaluation. He was adroit to finish his train journey without buying a ticket. So this is about, so I request everyone to use the word of the day, adroit, in your speeches. So back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karthik, for introducing the word of the day. And yes, adroit is a really great word. With that, let's move on to the next role, which is the listener role. Now, it is played by a person who's a data scientist in a retail company. He keeps himself busy with sports, physical activity, and exploring new things. He's none other than Toastmaster Amit Gupta.
Thank you, Dhwani. So today I'm listener, and as a listener, my responsibility would be to note down the things from the meeting. Okay, and I will be asking those questions at the end of the meeting when I am called upon. Thank you, and back to you, Dhwani.
Thank you so much. That's been my team, everybody, and I will come back with the report once the TMOD calls me. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Dhwani, for explaining the evaluation section and introducing your team. Now, without further ado, we would move on with our first section of the meeting, that is the prepared speeches. Our first speaker is Toastmaster Amit Otwani. But before I introduce him, let me call upon his evaluator to tell his project objectives. His evaluator is Toastmaster Bimpy. Toastmaster Bimpy, please come on the stage and tell the project objectives of Toastmaster Amit.
Yes. So my designated speaker, Toastmaster Amit Motwani, he is delivering his Label 1 Project 2 in Leadership Development. And the purpose of his speech is to learn and review the basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Over to you, TMOD of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bimpy. Toastmaster Amit is based out of Bangalore and works with the Human Capital Consulting firm as a director. His aim is to become a motivational speaker and create an impact through power of words. Toastmaster Amit, Managing Careers. Managing Careers, Toastmaster Amit.
Thank you, TMOD of the day. Good morning, my fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. Today, I'm going to talk about a story, the fable of tortoise and the hare. I think, we have all heard about this famous fable of tortoise and the hare in our childhood, right? In this fable, what happens is the quick and the agile rabbit races against the slow and the lumbering tortoise. While the quick and the agile the quick and the agile rabbit goes fast, but eventually takes a break. But lumbering slow tortoise goes on and proceeds on, however, but does not take a break and wins the race. Now, with that, we see that our careers are also symbolic of this race between the tortoise and the hare. Now, typically, in this tortoise and the hare are actually represented by ourselves itself. We are both the tortoise and the hare, and the race is actually against our own selves. In the world today, in the connected VUCA world which we live today, we are always looking at unpredictable changes. We are more than connected ever before. However, the change is so unpredictable, so it becomes really important for us to manage our careers well. I see this kind of a thing in terms of my office also. I see that people today acting like a rabbit. Now, I'm not a fan of the adage, slow and steady wins the race. However, I have read a book, the book which is called Catalyst, which has really impressed me towards my thoughts on managing careers in today's world. And I'm going to talk about 3 perspectives which will help you today in terms of managing your career also as you move forward, guys. So the first and the practical advice today, which I would want to provide, is win where it really matters. So it's not about the slow and steady wins the race or the quick and the agile wins the race, but win where it matters. Now, this book, Catalyst, which is written by the author Chandramouli Venkatesan, he argues that our careers are typically divided into 2 halves. The first half of the career is called the foundational half, where we actually build the right skills for our future career forward. That is typically the 15 to 20 year mark of our career, where we are growing right from within, from the bottom of the pyramid. Now, he argues that people are able to do well in first half of their career because there are organization processes and systems which propel you to move forward in terms of your career. The bottom of the pyramid is actually broader in the first half of the career. So eventually, move forward very well. Thirdly, your hard work and persistence helps you move forward in the first half of the career. However, there is a second half of the career which is called the resultant half. And that's where winning really matters. Now, why do I say that? In the second half of the career, we are exposed to leadership positions. We go on to occupy some of these leadership positions, and winning in the second half of the career is where it really matters. And how we can ensure that we win in second half of the career is to build the right experiences for us in the first half of the career. We expose ourselves to the right challenges, right skill sets, which will eventually help us in terms of the second half of the career. So that's my first perspective, which has helped. The second perspective is building the right set of mentors and bosses in the first half of the career, especially in the first half of the career. Now, a lot of times I see today in the world that people are chugging along faster, thinking that they can win on their own terms and they can win themselves this entire career. However, in the first half of our career, it's really important to have the right mentors. Now, typically I see that in bosses and mentors, there are typically 2 kinds. One is the ambitious boss, where they will drive you to the results. They will actually push you to go and achieve. The second type of the boss is also equally driven towards the result. However, having said that, they will actually expose you to the right set of challenges also. They will give you the right feedback and give you the right amount of mentorship. And they make sure that in terms of the long term, you go ahead and win in terms of your career. The third practical advice which I'll provide today is building personal values. And it has really helped me in terms of my first half of the career. Building personal values of hard work, persistence or resilience, as I call it, and moving outside of your comfort zone. Now, I have been exposed in my career of all three values. I would like to illustrate it with an example. A few years back, I was shifting an organization. I was moving from a well-settled role to an organization which was completely unknown, where 50% of the team had left and the business was staring with losses. Clients were really unsure that whether we will be able to deliver the right results for them, and they were unsure of hiring us for the kind of work which we do. However, and I was actually left asking, have I made myself the right choice? It's so uncomfortable here. However, I chugged along. I went with, we did the right things. We actually put in the right amount of hard work, and we kept clients at the center of our attention. 2 years later, that organization went on to do well. And I learned my immense career lessons from that particular journey, which is to say that expose yourself in the most uncomfortable of the situations, and you will do wonders in terms of your career. And always remember the values of hard work and resilience in managing these situations. Summarizing those three perspectives which I mentioned: win where it really matters, which is the resultant hub. Bosses and mentors play a long role in terms of making sure of the career success. Third is building your personal values in terms of managing career. At the end of this speech, I would like to say that career is a marathon and not a sprint. And both rabbit and the tortoise can win in this career race in their own terms by following these simple strategies which I mentioned above. With that, I hand it over back to Toastmaster of the day, Ayush. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amit. Can we have a round of applause for Toastmaster Amit for this amazing speech with unmuted mics? Thank you. So thank you, Toastmaster Amit, for this informative speech about priorities and perspective at different parts of the career. I think this will make our members adroit about managing this ever important skill. Now, the second speaker is distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh, and for evaluating him, I would like to call his evaluator, Toastmaster Chitrakshi, to tell his speech objectives. Toastmaster Chitrakshi, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ayush. Would you also like to request my evaluator to come in first, because I'm also attempting a project?
Okay. Yeah. So I would also request Toastmaster the distinguished Toastmaster Sourav to come up and tell the speech objectives of Toastmaster Chitrakshi.
Ayush, actually, I think Dushyantha is evaluating Chitrakshi. And
sorry, I might have missed up.
It's okay. What you do is Dushyantha can read out the project guidelines.
Just give me a moment.
Yeah,
sure. Hope you can see me and hear me perfectly. Toastmaster Chitrakshi, she's attending the level 1 project 4. So she's in the pathway of innovative planning. I think this is her third pathway. And the purpose of this project is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. So what is the basic statement is like the member need to deliver constructive evaluation to end the member's presentation. And I hope Toastmaster Chitrakshi is going to deliver the evaluation for the speaker number 2. So back to you, Toastmaster Chitrakshi.
Thank you. I'm evaluating DTM Nagesh. He is on his path team collaboration and is attempting his level 3 project 1 on successful collaboration today. I would be evaluating him for this project, and the purpose of this project is for him to introduce to or review strategies for working in a collaborative group. The purpose of his speech is for him to share some aspect of his experience practicing collaboration with a small team. With that, over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chitrakshi. Now, distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh is a teacher, trainer, and coach in the domain of construction. He has trained over 7,500 plus professionals in the last decade. With his coaching, he has impacted over 500 professionals' lives. In addition, with his experience over 3 decades, he is a consultant and checks the health of occupied buildings. Distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh, handshakes, distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh.
Good morning. Am I audible? Give me an audio check, please.
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you. Thank you so much. There are large buildings that are airports, metro stations, and malls. There are IT buildings and IT parks that house IT labs, data centers, and server rooms. There are industries, hotels, and other retail facilities. All of you have visited or stayed or worked in these buildings. These buildings are built to host people for their comfort and needs. And there are two sets of teams that are responsible for these. Firstly, to build any facility, project teams of architects, designers, project managers, constructors, and many others come together. Later, many systems in the building like power, AC, fire detection, lift, security and surveillance, health and hygiene, treatment plants, and others are managed, monitored, and maintained by a team of people of facilities or operations, what we call. These two teams come together, work in tandem in the background to provide services. In a Fortune 50 company, I led a project team and collaborated deeply with operations. Together, we faced one of the biggest challenge and we were not comfortable. The users were unaware that there are 28 services that we provided in the background. We were looked at as somebody who is responsible for just cleaning, security, and maintenance. Other 24 services were not seen and appreciated at all. In one of the meetings with business unit head, he openly mentioned Prashant, that's my counterpart facility director, Prashant and Nagesh, I see only three things happening: cleaning, some maintenance, and I see a lot of security guards around. Prashant was very upset. I felt his pain as no one cared about those beautiful spaces that we designed and built for people to work. Over a coffee, Prashant and I decided that we should somehow showcase all our services to the people or the employees, and we pitched it to the VP of what we call it as workplace. He immediately agreed to the idea and said, do it soon. We conceptualized a fair, a mela, where visitors could come and have fun, and we also showcase our services. And we decided to do it within a month's time. The project that I was heading was just one of the services. Operations had 27 services to showcase. 27 heads of services, including cafe, mail, front desk, transport, security, creche, communications, logistics, accounts and procurement, event management team, and many others were very upbeat about the idea that we pitched to them. Then I saw they felt very important. And collaboration, a successful collaboration heightens when an initiative is novel, it is complex, and involves a cross-functional team. And there's a possibility of creativity. We decided that we will meet every day for 1 hour to plan our steps. A Spock from each department or each team was identified and was directly in touch with me and Prashant. We took 14 teams to mentor and direct and execute our plans. Each of us took 14 teams. Prashant and I met separately for 30 minutes each day to discuss what are we going to do next day and what are the current challenges that we have to address immediately. On the day of the fair, 78 project teams members and about 230 facility professionals together came and manned 28 stalls in turns. Out of 12,000 employees who were working in the campus, the footfall for our exhibition, the fair, was beyond 7,300 people. The exhibition was for 30,000 square feet. This was the highest footfall in any event in the campus in its 5 years history. During office breaks, it wasn't easy to manage and control the crowd. Every technician, every engineer, and every subject matter expert was very motivated. Our VP stood there almost the entire day in the fair. In the evening, I could see him super elated. He was brimming with smile from ear to ear. As we parted that night, he patted on our back and said, "Nagesh, Prashant, you made me hold my head high." And I knew he was tired of shaking hands with so many colleagues who visited the exhibition. Today, when I look back to that day of 2013, this collaborative effort of cross-functional teams had many parts to it. The clarity of the goal to each one of them was very important, and we had a buy-in from everybody. A clear delineation of roles was very important. Everyone who planned, manned, and showcased the stall was given tasks. Regular meetings each day for 1 hour and my connect with Prashant for every 30 minutes was the reason for the success. Feedback loop. We heard everyone, their problems and challenges, accepted few suggestions that came along. Most significant part was the responsibility that I and Prashant took to mentor and focus on people. We did a recce the whole setup the previous day so that everything was smooth and seamless. One's ability and inclination and participation was very evident, or usually evident, when you shake hands with them. We shook hands with 300 professionals of project and facilities. We knew this is going to work. Today, if anyone asks me if I want to plan and execute another fair of that size in a large corporation, I would say, why not? I'm ready for another handshake again. Back to you, TMOD.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh, for showing us all the importance of collaborating with all the teams and keeping it up with everyone. Can we have a round of applause for distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh? Now, over to our third speaker. Our third speaker is Toastmaster Devashish, but before that, I would like to call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Punith, to tell his project objectives. Over to you, Toastmaster Punith.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ayush. My target speaker is attempting level 3 project 1 from pathway presentation mastery. The project name is persuasive speaking. The purpose of the project is to understand the types of the persuasive speech and deliver a persuasive speech at a club meeting. He is presenting well organized persuasive speech. He can use emotions, ethics, logic to convince audience. Then speech can be humorous, informational, or any style. The timing is 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you, Toastmaster Ayush, and all the best to Speaker Devashish. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Punith. Toastmaster Devashish is a chartered accountant who loves playing football and badminton in his free time and has recently found his mojo in Toastmasters. Toastmaster Devashish, menstruation matters. Menstruation matters, Toastmaster Devashish.
Before you start, can you put the timer also on spotlight?
Yes. Zoom Master, please tell the timer.
Thank you very much. As a kid, I remember my mother sleeping in different rooms sometimes. And when I asked her, she said, Chipkali gir gaya hai. And in much later in my life, I understood what this Chipkali means. And this Chipkali had different pet names. Sometimes this thing, sometimes this time. And even a mere eye movement was sufficient enough to indicate what was being talked about. Yes, I'm talking about the taboo topic, the polluted, impure periods. The mysterious period cycle that propagates the human race ahead is my topic. Talking about my personal experience, I had a very little knowledge about the periods. It was merely a monthly cycle involving blood flow. And this is what my understanding was till the age of 28 years. Am I serious? Yes, I'm serious. One day, when I was on a date with my partner, she said that she has got periods. And in some time, her pain got intense. On her advice, I got her a painkiller. But looking at her condition, I dropped her home back to Delhi. I was kind of helpless. And that was my first introduction to the world of periods. This period is not a cakewalk. Sometimes, as they suffer from cramps, emotional swings, anger, pain, depression, anxiety, that's a hell lot of things at a time. Do you know 3 out of 10 girls are unaware about their periods at the time of first period? Why? Because we don't talk about it. And there are many girls who get periods at the age of when they are in standard 5th or 6th. And our education system talks about period only in standard 8 or 9, if I'm not wrong. So whom do they learn from? Parents, teacher, or books? As per me, if we talk about periods very openly, and that too within our family, it will help to resolve that issue of taboo. That will help them to not be feel ashamed of talking about it. If I have a boy, I will ask purposefully to go to the medical shop, get a pad for her sister or mother. This will help him a long way in order to come out of that hesitation or discomfort to talk about periods. As per the report by Adesara NGO, there are 23 million girls who drop out from the school because of lack of facility, due to unavailability of sanitary pads or the proper facility, or about information. So where do these girls go? At the age of 14, they get married and become a housemaid. Dear friends, don't you think what a loss that a country is facing it because the young girls drop out from the school just because they're unaware of the subject, or they're unaware of they don't get proper facility? That's so hard truth. How many, I mean, but does this pain goes away even after dropping from the school or getting cramps? No, this is just a beginning for them. How many of you know about the menstrual disorder or conditions like endometriosis, PCOS, PCOD? By raise of hands? Great. I mean, girls would know it, but boys won't have aware of these ideas or aware of these situations. I want to touch upon the endometriotic situation. It is a medical condition where a tissue similar to the outer linings of a uterus grows outside uterus, and it causes intense pain during the menstrual period. My wife has this condition called endometriosis. She was given leupride injection once every 3 months, and it was a very painful experience because it affects the bone, weakens the bone, and also causes a lot of hormonal changes. Despite going through such kind of difficulty, there are relatives in my family who will talk about, did she had this condition before marriage? Is she having some kind of depressions that she's behaving like that? How sane are these people when they talk about this? Don't they have a daughter of their own, or is just a mere product? Endometriosis is a reality of so many women around the world. Around 10% of, according to WHO, endometriosis affects around 10% of reproductive age women and girls globally, which means 190 million globally and 48 millions in India itself. As a man, be it husband, be it brother, father, boyfriend, friend, any of, what can we do to bring a change? I'm not expecting everyone to become a padman, but certainly we can offer emotional and physical support, provide them warm water, hot water bag, be around them, providing listening ears, or just let them be. This can go a long way. Just to summarize, let us collaborate to normalize the so-called taboo amongst all generations. Let us understand their pain, but more importantly, let us be empathetic. Let us show empathy to fellow humans. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devashish, for that emphasizing speech on why it is important to talk about menstrual cycles. Can we have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Devashish? Now, moving on with our theme of the day, that is sports. Now, another reason that sports interests us so much is the inspiring stories we hear about it. Be it the 1883 Cricket World Cup win, or India bagging medals in Olympics or Asian Games, or a wrestlers bringing home medals every time. These stories always inspire us. So, I would like to ask you people, do you have any such stories which have inspired you? Any sports stories which have got you going in your tough times? Anyone would like to go on? Toastmaster Karthik,
Okay, can you please repeat the question?
do you have any inspiring sports story which has helped you to go on in your tough times? Any sports person that you follow or any event?
Okay, so I do follow sports and I do follow cricket a lot. So especially World Cups, and I do have an inspirational story from Kapil Dev. So wherein I had watched this movie 1983 recently. So wherein I didn't know much about what happened in 1983 World Cup, and me being a great World Cup fan, so I watch cricket only for World Cups. So that is my interest, and I didn't know what happened in 1983. But when I saw that movie, so Kapil Dev had been through many struggles, and even at that time when there were no logistics, when there was no much of finance aid provided to the Indian cricket team, Kapil Dev was a person who led the team, being a great leader, being a great player, and taking all the responsibility. He made sure that the whole team was in collaboration, and he made sure that India won the World Cup, even though with great difficulty. Now, if you see, if you see, India is an esteemed team, but it was not the same in 1983. So, sometimes Kapil Dev and Milkha Singh actually inspire me a lot. both of them. So I have seen Milka Singh's story. So that also inspires a lot for me to move ahead with great passion towards whatever we are doing. Yeah, that's my inspiration. Back to you.
Usman Karthik, yes, it is indeed inspiring to go on and win when everyone thinks that you are not going to do anything. Yes, anyone else with some other stories, any other sports like Devashish? You like
So
badminton? Any? Oh, sorry.
similar to I think what Karthik said. I think I'm also a fan of cricket, and the one story which has really kind of pumped me a lot of times is the story about MS Dhoni, the untold story of the movie actually, and of course it's on based on the movie MS Dhoni. I think one of the things which is there is he's from a very small town, Ranchi, right? Um, and due to the pressures of the society as well as parental pressure, he goes on to become a ticket collector. And he's staring. I think at a point of time it shows that he's staring at a instance where he's traveling from one platform to another, and he's wondering what is he doing in his life. I think and he still continues to practice cricket and goes for cricket practice just after his exams. I think he finishes his exams early and takes the train. That's what it shows. And he joins actually international cricket at a much later stage. Once he gets qualified for the Team A of Cricket World Cup, he's not very happy also. He's okay and he's very level-headed and calm-headed. I think that's what is the unique quality which is there of MS Dhoni. He's not perturbed too much by failures, and he's not too over the moon about his successes. So he takes his own strides. I think that really helped me in terms of my pumps me actually. So, yes, back to you.
Thank you, Usman. Yes, Dhoni's story is indeed a very inspiring story. Like coming in late does not matter until you make a big impact. And yes, as Tosman and Nagesh mentioned in the chat, that West Indies have been out of the World Cup, but mark my words, they are one of the best, so they will come back. And I need just one more story from any other sport other than cricket. Devashish, you are a badminton fan. Oh, yes, sorry.
Yeah, I have one story. So it is not like inspiration for me. Like it was, as you aware of that game, like foosball. Anyone is aware of that game?
Yes.
Okay, so it was like my second company, and then we used to play like it was 9 to 6. The timing was 9 to 6, and then once we joined the company, like then we had this game there and foosball. So whenever before our client call and then after our stand-up call also we used to play this. It was like kind of like stress buster for us. So yeah, that was like we really used to enjoy along with our team member. We used to play whenever we have like 5-10 minutes also. We used to go to that game room and we used to wait for in a queue like sometimes 5 minutes or 10 minutes and play that game. It was kind of stress buster for us.
Yes,
One
yes,
of the
Tosman.
memorable yeah, this is one of the story.
Yes, sports do help us in releasing a stress between the between our job. Now, taking off releasing a stress, we would take just a small break for around 3 minutes so that we can be back for our next section. That is the table topic section. And timer will show the red card once the break is over. Just join back.
We'll do the polling after the break
Everyone says IT jobs have a lot of.
Everyone says nothing.
Taylor said.
It was about this guy Chak coming in and like,
I'm the coach of the Indian national women's team. जिस स्टेट के नाम ना सुनाई देते ना दिखाई देते
शाहरुख खान
सिर्फ एक मुल्क का नाम सुनाई देता इंडिया बच्चों में गरियों में काशन की फलियों में बैलों में बीजों में ईदों में बीजों में रेतों के दानों में फिल्मों के गानों में सड़कों के गड्ढों बातों के अड्डे सत्तर मिनट है तुम्हारे पास.
Hi everyone. So thank you so much for that amazing song. I hope this will inspire members to take part in the table topics. Now I see. Okay. I would request the timer to just tell us if all the speakers are qualified for voting.
Only Toastmaster Amit and Toastmaster Devasish qualified for voting.
Okay. So I will request the Zoom master to launch a poll for the best speaker, and then we will proceed for the our second section, that is the table topics.
Toastmaster Ayush will have to edit the polls. Okay, it's already launched. Thank you, Chaitanya. We may proceed with the meeting. The polls will go parallel.
Okay. So now it is a time for a second section, the most interesting section, that is the table topic section. Now for this, we have a table topic master. She is a senior data analyst, a certified image consultant, and a personal branding coach. She is also the vice president education of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. So please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Nancy for conducting the table topic session. Over to you, DTM Nancy.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Ayush Goel. Today's theme, Chak Day, when I first thought of it, it was more of a Bollywood movie for me. Now that we have entered into the theme, into the meeting already, we know that it's about sports. So what should be my table topics be around? My table topics today are a mashup of Bollywood and sports. Whenever you're coming up on stage, I'll share a movie title with you that includes one of the sports. You just need to share the plot in 1 to 2 minutes. Be creative, be imaginative, think of any plot that might come across your mind and share. Are we clear? The timing protocols are 1 minute green card, 1.5 minute yellow card, 2 minutes red card. 2.5 minutes is disqualification for TT. I will be picking up my volunteers if no one comes forward raising their hands. Do we have any volunteers? Okay, we have Toastmaster Tarun picking up the first one. Toastmaster Tarun, may I have you on camera? There you go. Your topic, Toastmaster Tarun, Dilwale hockey le jayenge. Dilwale hockey le jayenge, Toastmaster Tarun.
So TM Nancy, just a clarification. So I should be speaking more on sports or anything related to this. I'm not clear on the.
You need to share a movie plot based on the title.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Thank you. Okay. Thanks TM Nancy. So Dilwale hockey le jayenge. So when we speak about hockey, I think the first thing which comes into all of our mind is Chak, where we were talking about especially the women hockey sports, which was the most neglected sports we have seen in India, and especially for the women. But with this movie, we have seen that women, which is uh, more of the male, so, the male dominated society, which thinks that women can't do much of things, or they are more industry which is more for the beauty or for movies. But this movie actually claims that the woman who can steal Dil, that the same women team can bring hockey World Cup also for the country. So when I watched this movie, it was really inspiring, and this movie actually claimed that the woman who can a woman team can won a lot of hearts, in as a youngster, but they can also bring the world's hearts in terms of winning a championship. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tarun. I love the fact that this was one of its kind table topics, something that we don't practice generally, and you are not very clear with what to expect in a table topic, yet you related this topic to Chak the India, the movie, and shared the plot with us in this 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, are we clear with the plots now, the table topics now? Do we have the next volunteer, please? I can see you smiling. Whatever plot is there in your mind, probably yes, Devashish. I was seeing you only smiling. My next topic is for you, Devashish. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, your topic is Bajrangi Bhaijaan of tennis. Bajrangi Bhaijaan of tennis. Toastmaster Devashish.
Bajrangi Bhaijaan. When you talk about this, the first thing that comes to my mind is Bollywood movie Bajrangi Bhaijaan. But who can be the Bajrangi Bhaijaan of tennis? That's a very inquisitive question to think about, because there are a lot. You can take it Roger Federer, you can take it Rafael Nadal, or Novak Djokovic. But according to me, I think the Bajrangi Bhaijaan of tennis would, as per me, would be Rafael Nadal. Because initially, when he started his career, I mean, he was not so great, but by the time with his sheer hard work, he started coming on top 10, top 3, and now he's kind of among the top 3. I mean, the votes of table lawn tennis. So the Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, and Federer. So yeah, according to me, he is the Bajrangi Bhaijaan of tennis. Over to you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devashish. Not only you talked about Bajrangi Bhaijaan as a movie in 1 or 2 statements, but you also brought up some general knowledge where you talked about 3 players from international tennis that we have: Novak Djokovic, Roger Federer, and I forgot the third one, Rafael Nadal, right? Yes, thank you so much for sharing some aspect of tennis and some aspect of Bollywood movie here. Let's move on with the third topic. Who's gonna go next? Here we have DTM Sourav taking up the next challenge. DTM Sourav, your topic is Three Idiots, the Table Tennis Chronicles. Three Idiots, the Table Tennis Chronicles. Over to you.
So, table tennis is a sport which I always love playing. In fact, I love sports, but I'm not adroit at sports. I've tried cricket, didn't work out, tried batting, bowling. Ultimately, I was put at fielding, which I was slightly good at. But table tennis was something which I thought is easier to pick up. And when I joined university, at that point of time, we had a group of friends, and I'm not a very social person. I'm not someone who can easily walk up to people and talk to them. I can see the raised eyebrows, but this is me now and this is me then. And those are two very different people. And I saw the table tennis is a very easy way to, mingle with the crowd there. So we had the three of us, me, and there was one guy called Shubhodip, and there was a girl called Madhumita. So we three were very enthusiastic about table tennis, and we had one more common factor. None of us knew how to play table tennis. So whenever we would play table tennis, we had to keep actually three people at the back who would do more of the job of the ball boy. So it became more like a lawn tennis and less of a table tennis, where we will keep on smashing the shots more to the walls than keeping it on the table. So the sad part is yet to come. If this makes you feel sad about me, this poor guy was trying his hand at TT and he was so messing it up. The sad part is, over a period of time, Madhumita and Shubhodip actually became quite a pro in table tennis. They went on to win university level games and all that. And unfortunately, I was made the ball boy because I never managed to keep it on the table, even after practicing for 1.5 years. So that's what sports and me is. I've always had sports for me is more like a crush. I love sports, but I know I can never have sports. Right. So that's the kind of a thing I have with sports. That's the reason that I consider myself to be one of the biggest idiots when it comes to sports. The secret lover, the secret admirer who just watches people playing and says, shit, this could have been me. Oh my God, this could have been me. Thank you so much. Back to you, DTM Nancy.
Thank you so much, DTM Sourav. That was quite a beautiful mashup. A TT player attempting TT here. Thank you so much. Moving on to my next speaker, who's going to come up next.
With DTM Nancy, can I try? This is Lakshmi here.
Yes, Toastmaster Lakshmi, would you be able to come on camera right now?
Yeah, my apologies. I might not be able to come on camera. If that is okay, I can take it up. Otherwise, kindly you can give it to someone else. That's okay.
No, that's completely fine. We'll go ahead with you. Okay, your topic is MS Dhwani, the untold racing story. MS Dhwani, the untold racing story.
MS Dhwani. That name itself just calms me down. And why? Does it calm only me? I'm sure not. I request all of you to just take a few seconds and think of that name. And trust me, believe me, each one of you will have a smile on your face when you think about just thinking about that name. MS Dhwani, the epitome of leadership, the epitome of calmness, epitome of being Mr. Cool. And of course, the crush of many of us here. But let me tell you this. Did I know so much about Dhwani until I watched the movie Dhwani? Of course not. So I would give a lot of credit to the movies, to the Bollywood industry for bringing out such beautiful stories to each one of us. Be it 83, be it MS Dhwani, be it Chak De India, Dabang, or any of these Mary Com, any of these movies that are related to sports. Bollywood is playing a huge, huge role in bringing the real life of these heroes to us. I still remember when I watched the movie Dhwani, I was in a turmoil of emotion. I was wishing, I wish I was Dhwani's girlfriend. I wish I was the person sitting next to him in the aeroplane. These are all little wishes and dreams, that we all have in silence. But Dhwani will always be a big fan of his. Though I'm not a big fan of cricket, I'm a big fan of Dhwani, and I will continue to be. And in every session that I take, I have his story as an example. So 3 cheers to Dhwani. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lakshmi. You here tickled us with those visual imagery of MS Dhwani. I would have loved the topic if you would have talked a little more about Dhwani on a motor racing bike, because this was more about the untold racing story. And I somewhere felt that you missed that part. Probably I enunciated it bad. Next time I'll take care. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lakshmi, for tickling our hearts. Moving on with my next table topic speaker. Who's going to come up next? I haven't picked up anyone. Shall I go ahead and pick up someone? Toastmaster Bindu, are you there? You're not around, Toastmaster Bindu?
Hi,
Yes.
Nancy. Yes, I am there, but you have chosen exactly the wrong person because I don't have a clue about Bollywood and I am absolutely ignorant about sports. So
Okay,
you are likely to get a really, really bad TT. As it is, I do TT extremely bad. You'll get an even more terrible TT. So you might as well choose someone else.
No, I'll rather choose a different topic for you, Toastmaster Bindu, if you would like to attempt.
Okay, but then again, I'm in the hospital, so I also may not be able to go on video. Is that all right?
Yes, that's perfectly fine. Toastmaster Bindu, ready for the topic?
Okay. Murder me with it.
Toastmaster Bindu, deliver a 2-minute motivational speech for your team of chefs who are struggling with a last-minute show. Deliver a 2-minute motivational speech for your team of chefs who are struggling with last-minute show. Over to you.
You have really caught me on that. First of all, I would never ever imagine having anyone cook for me. For me, cooking is an individual, personal experience that just relaxes me like anything. And having to have the stress of people under me cooking specific things which I feel I would rather do much better than them. Now, that is a scenario which is a little hard for me to imagine, but okay, let me just use that imagination. And how could I motivate them? Well, now, if I were to choose my chefs, I would choose them in such a way that they would have the sort of dedication, passion for food that I have. So, in other words, their motivation would be excellence. And let's say that I would, should I use gimmickry and say that we are having a Michelin crew that is going to come and visit us? No, I don't think I do that. I just say that let it be your personal your personal best. Let the pleasure, the experience of your guests giving you good feedback, let that be your motivation. I don't think there should be any other motivation for creating a beautiful, fantastic dish than the pleasure it gives to the person who's going to eat it. So that, Nancy, is all I can do to motivate hypothetical chefs under me, which I don't think I will ever have. Back to you, Nancy.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bindu. I'm sure that was one of the toughest topics for someone who herself is a chef and who doesn't like to believe in a team of chefs. But it was a wonderful attempt there. Believe in whatever you are making instead of presenting it to others. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's move on to my next speaker. Who's going to come up next? Any volunteers, or shall I go ahead and pick you up? I can see Dhwani smiling on camera. Dhwani, next topic is for you.
Okay.
Okay, Dhwani, I'm tweaking my topic for you as well. If you are Shah Rukh Khan from Chak De India and you have to deliver that 70-minute speech, how will you do it in 1 to 2 minutes?
Okay. Firstly, it's a privilege to be Shah Rukh Khan. And secondly, popularity that you get is just amazing. Just imagine you are Shah Rukh Khan and you're standing there and everybody's listening to you. So probably if I get this chance and opportunity to give this 17-minute speech in 1 to 2 minutes, I would go like this. Junoon, passion that you have for the game, use that. Why? Because it's not about winning or losing. It's about you standing over there, believing in yourself, believing in your game, your teammates, and working together to create that one goal that you have been playing for the rest of your life. That one goal to make India win the World Cup. That one goal that will give you the status and recognition. That one goal that will help you to create a statement, a benchmark. Don't play because you want to win. Play because you have the passion, that junoon, that pagalpan within you. Because at the end, it's the game that matters. And at the end, it is how you played that matters. Winning or losing is part and parcel of life. For the fact you've got that opportunity to stand and play the World Cup, that itself is a big achievement that you girls have achieved. Just play and give your best and make me proud. However, I am proud of you all for going over there and doing your best. But if you win, I'll be even more proud. So that's my take on it. Chak de fadde and back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dhwani. Now I'm imagining how this speech would have looked on Shah Rukh Khan if he would have delivered the same in English instead of Hindi. However, with your motivational speech today, I'm sure India is going to win today in any of the matches that we are playing anywhere. Thank you for a lovely take. Moving on to my last speaker for the day, Toastmaster Karthik. I'll be sharing once again the movie title and you need to share the plot. Your movie title is Golmaal, the Great Football Heist. Golmaal, Great Football Heist.
Okay, so Golmaal actually reminds me of a movie called Golmaal. And as it is connected to football, so I would mostly think on how to do a Golmaal in football. So mainly, so we have rules in football, and we have some referees also in football. So, and what I would do is I'll do some golmaal in football, like I to win I can make other team members fall there on the on the field, and I can just keep on making goals. So recently, what I had done while playing a football back in 2 or 3 years back, so so in that rush moment, what I did was I did a golmaal, like I uh, I I made a goal into the opposite team. Uh, yeah. So actually, in that confusion, I actually did a goal in opposite team, and after that, I got to know that it was they got the point, and I was actually feeling very bad with that. But again, what I did next time is, with that, I realized, and I went on doing another goal within my team. But to be honest, I'm not able to connect exactly with this goal, man. But thank you for this opportunity. Back to you, DTM.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karthik, for attempting this table topic. I'm sure it was fun. Again, tough for you to attempt, yet you made an attempt. Hearing all the table topics here today, I realized that, yes, I should also be, just like DTM Sourav said, sports is more or less like a crush for me that I want to look at, feel good about, and never want to be with. Probably never will get a chance to be with. that's about me, and I'll stick to my 70-minute speech in next upcoming Gabby's meetings and all of that. But with this, the table topics for today's meeting is over. I'll request the Zoom moderator to edit the polls. Timer, do we have any disqualifications?
No, all speakers are qualified.
All speakers are qualified. Thank you so much. That's my time. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ayush.
Did we lose Nancy?
Thank you, this is Toastmaster Nancy, for this interesting, all the interesting topics and all the speakers for showing all the enthusiasm. With this, we will move on to our next section, that is the evaluation section, and I will call upon the general evaluator for the same. Meanwhile, the Zoom moderator can launch the polls. And Toastmaster Dhwani, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. And I must say, what an amazing meeting we've had so far. Let's move on to the most crucial aspect of getting feedback. With that, let me call upon our evaluator 1 to give out the evaluation of speaker 1. Toastmaster Bimpy.
Do we have the speaker, Amit, Toastmaster Amit Motwani?
Yes, I am here.
Yeah. First of all, congratulations, Toastmaster Amit. You met the objective of the speech.
Thank you.
You have delivered today. Actually, I can correlate with your speech. It's really important to have a mentor and getting continuous feedback to grow in our career. What I really liked about your speech, that you were adroit at your speech. The content was very informative. First thing, each minute was counted, and we learned that how we can come out from the comfort zone and grow in our career. And also I liked about the content, especially the 3 perspectives you have talked about. First thing, the hard work, and the mentor we should be having, and the personal values. What I like to recommend you, slow down the pace of your speech little bit. It was little bit monotonous actually overall. And then grab the attention of the audience by having a good opening of your speech. Like as you started like the story of tortoise and hare, you could have started with some rhetorical questions like, have you heard about the story of tortoise and hare? Something like grab the attention of the audience. That was the second thing. And little bit of like smile in your face, little bit of smile in your face. Otherwise, I liked your speech. It was really inspired us with the 3 perspective of your learning. You taught us how you managed in your career. And I like the quote you have said, that was, career is a marathon, not a sprint. This is all from my end. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Evaluator 1. Can I have Evaluator of Evaluator 1 to give his evaluation?
Can we do mine? I'm evaluator 4, so can we do the second evaluator? I'm just writing the evaluation.
Okay, sure. Okay, so at the meantime, let me give out my 2 cents to Toastmaster Bimpy. At the meantime, your evaluator is preparing. So I liked how you started, and I liked how you were very cognizant of the fact of certain minute details that you reiterated of the speaker. That means you were listening very well. A great job done on that. I also like for the fact that you were giving out certain examples here and there to the speaker to make him understand. 1 or 2 examples that you reiterated that you should have done it in this manner. However, when you were talking about the pace, if you're giving in suggestion that, you may want to channel down your pace for that matter, how about you also reiterate that and tell him, explain him that how can he slow down in particular sentence to create an impact. So that's been my take as you being the evaluator. A great job done. And I must say that this was your very first time and you've done a good job with that. Rest we'll wait for your evaluator. and to the target speaker, I agree that, I really liked how you spoke about your career, and I especially love the quote that Bimpy mentioned about the career as well. However, I also have the same suggestion for you, is to just channel down a bit so that you can create the impact in the mind of others, because you had a lot of good punchlines also in your speech, and you had a lot of things that you wanted to share with the audience. If you could just create that impact with a little bit of pacing down, that would be great. Overall, a great job done. Thank you so much. Can we have a round of applause for both of them, please? With that, let me call upon speaker 2 and evaluator 2.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Is it clear? I hope there's no, the voice is not breaking.
No, the voice is not breaking, but we don't. Yeah, your voice is not breaking.
Okay, perfect. So I'm connected to another audio, so I hope you can see me. And okay, perfect. DTM Nagesh, this is the second time I'm evaluating you, and I'm excited as always because this is what challenge really means. You're an adroit speaker, absolutely. There's no doubt about it, and you are adroit at finding solutions, which has been your USP all the time. So every time we feel, oh, what do? We just turn to you and say, do you think we can manage this situation? And well, you have something for us every time. Now, in your project, you did that very well. The way you skillfully showed what was the issue, what were you all struggling with, very clearly defining how you did not feel appreciated. Out of 27 teams, out of 27 things that you do for everyone, only 3 things were really truly understood, seen, or appreciated, and the others were not even visible. So what did you have to do to make sure that everyone understood the work that you put in, the effort that you put in, and saw what you really did? So it was clear from the beginning to the end what it was that you were trying to do. Through the method of the fair, how you involved people, it was a great and easy and simple way for all of us to understand exactly where you were headed. Having said that, I really liked how you summarized it for us, because it was even better. There were points in between where I thought, what exactly are we doing? But at the end, when you said, hey, listen, I gave one task to everyone, there was feedback in loop, you were mentoring people alongside, that was great clarity that got us more involved, and it was easy to understand what exactly you had collaborated with and what were the outcomes of the collaboration. So these 2 things were done very, very well. What I liked even more was the use of handshake. As an image consultant, we all understand the importance of a handshake, and how you embroidered that handshake into collaboration and how that collaboration felt really heartwarming was brilliant. So thank you so much for including all of that in your in the way you said it out and told us your story of collaboration. 3 things that you could have done better. One, it felt to me that you were bending on one side. I don't know if that was something that you had planned on doing or that just happened. So it felt like you were bending on your left side and talking a little bit, which was a little distracting because it felt a little casual. So maybe next time be a little more conscious of that. Second, there was an expression on your face when you said, and he saw all those handshakes. He was tired of it and he saw what we did. The expressions that you showed towards the end could have come throughout. You could have also brought in the sadness and, well, we were not appreciated, but the energy and happiness and expressions that you brought towards the end could have happened before that as well. Third, this is something that could have had more audience engagement. You could have started with, have you seen a building or have you seen something getting constructed? These are the things that happen. Do you know what all teams are involved? Do you know what all we could do better? So, maybe that way your audience could have been more involved and been more a part of this. So great and simple way of explaining the whole situation. Summarizing at the end brought in great clarity along with the hand gestures. Maybe if you were more expressive throughout and had a little more audience engagement, you would have dropped it even more. With that, over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Chitrakshi. With that, let me just have a quick check with your evaluator if he wants to give his evaluation right away or maybe at the end. evaluator of Evaluator 2?
Yeah, hi. So I can give the evaluation if I have the time right now, or in the end, it's also fine with me.
You can go ahead right now if you wish to.
Okay. Can you see me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Toastmaster Chitrakshi. So this is the second time I'm seeing you doing an evaluation, and that's a great opportunity for me to learn from you. And about your evaluation, okay, first let me start with the best things I noticed in your speech, in your evaluation. So first thing is, when you're starting to do the evaluation, you start about the personal aspects of the speaker rather than directly going to his speech evaluation. So it's a great opportunity for us, like people who don't know about the speaker, to get to know him and how he usually works. So that's a great start for an evaluation when you are coming for a club evaluation. So that's a great thing. And the second thing about the structure, about the speech structure you talk about, you just give the examples, like how he started his speech and how he got involvement of the people with him, and then how he summarized his speech and how he organized his speech. And then also you talk about his project, that means collaboration, and how he did it, and what he did it, and how he get the outcome that he wanted. So these are the amazing things I noticed, and you just stick to the project outline, and you mentioned that in your evaluation also. So most of the evaluation I saw, they just missed that part to mention what is in the evaluation sheet when the evaluator is evaluating, but you did it perfectly. But in everything, there's something to improve. So in my perspective, there are a couple of things that I wish you can do better. So you took a long time to tell what is the best thing for him in his speech and everything. But when it's come to the development part, I hope you rushed it, because for the good parts, you gave more examples and more wordings even from his speech. But when it's come to the development part for his evaluation, for his speech, you just said your energy level is low, and just try to grab audience attention in the introduction. Just give the speaker a little bit of examples in that part also. Maybe you can say where his energy level got low and how he can improve. You said where his energy level is low, but it's better if you can say how he can improve that energy level with wordings and vocal variations. And when you are talking about audience attention, you just mentioned about the introduction. Maybe better you can get some examples from where his speech lacks and where you lost concentration in his speech. So with these two things included in your evaluation, maybe you will be the best and better evaluation next time. And thank you for the opportunity. And for the summarize, it's a good evaluation having all the details, and better to concern about the examples when you are giving the concerns about yourself. And thank you, and back to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Evaluator 5. Okay, so my evaluation for everybody over here, one by one, it goes. So firstly, Toastmaster Chitrakshi, yes, I agree to your evaluator. He has covered major points with when you did go shoot your time, and you were having more time towards the commendation rather than talking about recommendation. How about you try to strike the balance, divide the time, that 1 minute I have to speak about the good points, another minute I have to talk about this, and then wrap it up. So that's how, even if you're contesting, it will help you to help you to manage your time. Secondly, for your evaluation, I liked how you were trying to divide your evaluation to content and delivery, but however, include pauses. It's like your evaluation was very fast. You were speaking because you had multiple sentences to speak. That was going very fast, and we were like, okay. So that was happening. So how about you try to cut short your sentences, crisp it, and include pauses in your evaluation? That will create a much better impact, and the speaker understanding will also be fine. But overall, a great job done. And to the target speaker as well, since there are a lot of things to evaluators telling you, so Nagesh sir, I have nothing to add to your speech. of course, whenever you come, it's a delight and you are an inspiration to listen to. Your speech was very articulate and in a very well structured manner. A great job done on that. To Evaluator 5, again, yes, I loved your evaluation, and you were very observant and you had to speak very quickly. So you observed the minute details and you spoke that out. So how about if you're asking her to spend more time in the example section, how about you can tell her that, if you could have include with an example, you could have included so and so aspect in your evaluation. If you can give a small example that how could she have done that, it would have been great. Otherwise, a great job done. Thank you so much. And can we have a round of applause for both the evaluators and the speaker? With that, let's move on to our speaker 3 and evaluator 3.
Can we have a speaker, Otwani? Hey, hi everyone. Firstly, I appreciate Toastmaster Devasish for picking up the sensitive topics and delivered it well. One of the factors that I hooked into your speech was your speech in the entire speech. I hooked into your speech because your speech is tightly bounded with an emotions. It can be of the girls left educations because of this reason, or the way you explained the endometrics, and that made me feel the pain. And along with that, you also talked about some logical aspect of the topic you were talking about. You added a sources also, 2.5 million the girls they left education, are the 10% of the world that means women population, they face the endometrics. These are all the proofs that added to the proofs that helped audience to the convince with your speech. Then your speech added the wonderful actions, and it was talking about uh, emotional support, giving a necessary the needs. One simple and profound one was let them be. That was a that has added an emotional touch uh, from your call to actions, part of your speech. In terms of area of improvement, couple of points for you. Even though from entire speech, for an emotional part, it made me feel, and I can give a 10 out of 10 for that. But in terms of logical aspects, I have a few. You could have covered few more points. For example, you said 3 out of 10 they don't aware of the menstruation. So where the source? You could have added a source there. Then when you mentioned they left an education, it was quite emotional. But you said it is the last to the country. My question is to how and why. You could have had some data to that. From your speech, I observed it was majorly the role, the call to action is to men. I it could be what is the role of the parents, teacher, and other audience. You could have had a call to action for them also. Then in terms of the delivery, there was some repetitive words and filler words. I think the Toastmaster journey will help you to overcome that. Overall, from your speech, it's a good insight into the one of the sensitive topic, and thank you for that. And all the best for your upcoming speeches. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator Adesara.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Punith. Uh, I like the fact that how you were being so observant with the speaker and you were telling him about the content part where you wanted him to give out certain more logics and certain more specify more on the sources of where he got that. A great observation done on that. Yes, sources are something that we would want to know that where is it stated, and we would want to know the facts. So maybe the speaker can keep this in mind from the next time. Somewhere I also like the fact that you were talking about how where the topic is so sensitive and it is very close to my heart because I am a menstrual educator, and to listen to a speech from a man coming from a man, it's a really big thing for me, and a great job done on that, Toastmaster Devashish. However, Toastmaster Punith, you could have added one more aspect to your evaluation was a bit telling him a bit about the delivery part. You were focusing on the emotional and the content. That the speech is emotional, you were talking about the content, but how about you speak a bit more on the delivery part, where tell if you're suggesting him certain delivery aspects, and how about you also reiterate it by telling him, by giving an example, that maybe you could have used the hand gestures when you were explaining certain pointers, maybe a bit of smile on your face instead of being so serious would have added a bit more cherry to the cake. So because it's a sensitive topic, and if somebody speaks with a serious face, uh, of course everybody would get serious. So how about a subtle smile here and there? Maybe that can help, that can ease the tension. So if you could have enunciated that, I mean, that would have been great. But overall, a good evaluation done. And to the speaker, I have covered the aspects as well. A great topic selection. And yes, I know it was not easy for you to speak on this topic, but you did a really great job on that. Kudos to you for that. Can we have a round of applause for the evaluator and speaker 3? With that, let's move on to our last evaluator, to DTM Sourav Dutta, to evaluate Toastmaster Bimpy.
Can Chaitanya or one of you, can you put Bimpy and also Amit on spotlight? Amit as well. Thank you so much. Okay. So, Bimpy, since I know that you're going to, contest, you're going for the table topic contest, I would want to evaluate you using the same parameters that we would use, that a judge's ballot uses in table topic contest, right? So let me start with the analytics, the speech analytics. I think you did a very good job in that, because one of the most important things that people look for in a speech analysis is that, did he or she listen to me? Right? This is the most important thing, because if you don't listen, then your feedback carries no value for me. And when you mention specific lines, like, I love that particular line about you saying that your career is not is a marathon and not a sprint. It gives the speaker the confidence, okay, it is coming from someone who's invested in me. Remember, whether you're an expert or not comes secondary. Whether you're invested in me is primary, right? And that's why we reach out to our partners and spouses, even if they don't know about our business or anything, we still ask for their advice. Why? Because we know they're invested in us, right? So that confidence you gave to the speaker. Now, when it comes to the tone of the evaluation was a little unsure, was a little nervous. I never felt during the course of the evaluation that you were confident about what you were saying. You were more like, okay, shall I say this? Shall I say this? Probably, the seniority of the speaker or the seasoned speaker, those kind of things plays in your mind. And that's why I always say that you should never, as an evaluator, introduce the speaker, which you did, right? Remember, we are evaluating the speech, not the speaker. It doesn't matter who's delivering the speech. Amit, Devasish, me. What matters is what's the speech is being delivered. Now, coming to the effectiveness of the feedback, honestly, I did not see anything which would have given Amit a moment of epiphany. That point I missed. Now, that is something that Bimpy told me, which I didn't realize, right? That moment of epiphany, in my personal opinion, Amit may feel differently, but in my personal opinion, I didn't see a moment of epiphany. Some of the things, like, for example, you could have talked about is, the stories. The stories that he gave were very generic stories, the tortoise and the hare story. It is a good hook. But where is Amit in this? Right? He has to bring himself into this story. He has to build his characters. He has to build a plot around himself, people that he knows. So that is something that you could have talked about. Or you could have talked about he using props. What about carrying a small tortoise or a small hare kind of a toy, or maybe carrying the book or something which gives an impression for the people to understand he's talking about a story. The other thing that you could have also probably mentioned is about his delivery. Most of his hand gestures were getting cut on the sides because his screen was vertical. If you could have used an horizontal screen, even if he's doing it on a phone, that's totally okay. I understand, because of network glitches. But if he could have kept the screen horizontal, then we could have seen his hand gestures. I think these are some of the moments of epiphany which you could have gifted Amit, then he would have really appreciated. The voice modulation, etc., was also not there, Bimpy, in your evaluation. You had a very, I felt it was a little monotonous, kind of just narrated the evaluation. But the most important, Miss Bimpy, is the summary. You did not have a summary, right? And that is a good number of points on the ballot. So please remember, give a summary, be confident, have good voice modulations, go deep into the analysis, and give feedback, which has a moment of epiphany. Thank you. All the best to you, and Amit, back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much,
Well,
Evaluator.
sorry, I just want to take a minute. Thank you, Sourav, for sharing that feedback. I think, because of that network glitch, I was making those, hand gestures, but somehow it was not coming on the screen. I realized later, now that you say it, I had actually joined on my laptop earlier, but then there was some network issue, so I joined on my phone. And in fact, I made it a point to make some hand gestures. Unfortunately, it didn't come out, but thank you for sharing that.
Horizontal, just keep the phone horizontal. Even if you're using it, like right now, you've got a vertical, right? Just tilt the
Yes.
phone so that at least even if that's not as good as the laptop, it's kind of still okay.
Sure. Okay. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, Sourav.
Back to you, Gihan.
And thank you, Bimpy, as well.
Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. And thank you so much, DTM Sourav. DTM Sourav, if I have to give you my feedback or based on your evaluation, you did have, your evaluation was very critical, keeping the contest in mind, and you had multiple points of recommendation. So if you can also balance that with commendations, that would have been great. And also for a fact that I felt you were speaking slowly, and I felt you were speaking very fast in one sentence. You had multiple words in one sentences. So that moment for her was, okay, I have so many words. So how about you slow down a bit or include pauses? Have shorter sentences as in just speaking multiple words in one sentence. I that was my observation on your evaluation today, but there's nothing more to add because you are pro at this. So thank you so much, everybody. And yes, with that, let me move on. Can we have a round of applause for DTM Sourav as well? Yes. With that, let's move on to my general evaluation. No, before that, let me call upon the tag team. Timer, could you please share your timing report?
This is the time report. Only from prepared speeches, one disqualification is there, and from the evaluation session also, one disqualification is there. Rest of all are qualified. Then I will share this in the chat box also.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gihan, for taking up the timer role and doing it so beautifully. Yes, doing it so beautifully. Do share your report do share your report via chat so that everybody can see where they have overshooted the time or what are the things that they can do with respect to time. Right. With that, thank you so much. And can we have a round of applause for Toastmaster Gihan, please? Let's move on to the grammarian for today, our counter for today. Toastmaster Chaitanya, could you please share your report?
Thank you, General Evaluator. Give me a minute. I'm sharing it. Please confirm if it is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. So we are doing pretty good considering the number of speakers we had today and the evaluators and also the number of table topics that we had today. The total number of filler words and the crush words were 67, which is a good number. We can still do better. And the favorite one, which everyone liked the most, is which was used most in all the sentences. Rest of the words, there were few repetitive words which I have not mentioned here specifically, but for each and every speaker, there were few words which they use usually in their speeches or while conversing with anyone else. I guess I just use an which I did not record. So this is the report from my end. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chaitanya, for taking up the R counter and showing us how many filler words we've used. And I must say 67 filler words. Okay, that's a good thing. Not initially we used to have more, but right now we have 67, that's a really great thing. Just one suggestion for you is how about you can, instead, if we are using a lot of R and if you're using certain one word which is very favorite of everybody's, how about you give a substitute word for us? So it's just like a tip, so that they would also keep that in mind the next time. Overall, a great job done. Thank you so much. Can we have a round of applause for Chaitanya as well? With that, let's move on to our grammarian for today and let's see how we have done with our grammar.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I'm sharing my report. Yeah, so as you can see, the word of the day for today was adroit. That was clever or skillful, and three of them have used this word of the day. That is Toastmaster Dhwani, Toastmaster Sourav, and Toastmaster Chitrakshi. So give a big round of applause to them for using this word of the day. And coming to the best usages of words, so we have best usages of words in today's meeting by some of our great speakers, and those are phenomenal, lumber, resilience, upbeat, epitome of leadership, hypothetical, and delight. And coming to rhetorical devices, so wherein first rhetorical devices where answer is not required, and we had Toastmaster Devasish, wherein he asked the question where the answer was not required, like whom do they learn from? Was it from the teachers? Was it from parents? So the answer was not required. So that was one of the rhetorical device he used. And coming to anaphora, so nobody used, wherein a repetition of word or phrase at the beginning of successive clause has to be done. And epitative is nothing but a descriptive name where you can compare a descriptive name, like Bangalore is a garden city, and none of them have used. And proverb is a normal proverb we use. And coming to the other rhetorical devices, hypophora, wherein Toastmaster Nagesh asked, if anyone asks me, I can arrange such a large fair. Why not? So this is a kind of asking a question and then answering it. So this is one of the rhetorical devices, and that is hypophora. And coming to rule of three, nobody used the rule of three, but here there is an example where you can see lots and lots and lots of stories. And metaphors is something you compare, that is red or black, and associate to yourself. So nobody used this as well. So this was my report, and back to you, General Evaluator Dhwani.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karthik, for giving out the grammarian report. I liked your presentation, and I liked that you had included rhetorical devices as well. It's a new learning for everybody. I want to give you one suggestion is how about there were a lot of words and there were certain aspects where we could have recommendations too. So how about you be a bit more observant in those aspects and give out the recommendations for the meeting as well. And with respect to anaphora, there was one or two over here, but maybe if you must have missed, that's totally fine. So just from next time, just be a bit more observant about this and you're good to go. Thank you so much for taking up the grammarian role. And can we have a round of applause for Toastmaster Karthik as well? Now, quickly, let's move on to the listener, and Toastmaster Amit, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Dhwani. So now this is the time to just check how attentive you were in the meeting. So I will be asking a couple of questions. So my first question is, what was the title of a speech of Amit Otwani? Anybody, please? Title of a speech for Amit Otwani. Anybody? Any guess?
Managing careers.
Yeah, you are right.
He was the essay. He didn't listen. He got it from Amit. Cheated.
Yes, I have all that information.
Since nobody answers, so he has given. Okay. My second question is referring to Devasish's speech. He mentioned that X million girls drop out from the school because of unavailability of the sanitary pad or the poor facility. What is that number?
3 out of 10.
No, some million. X million
23
girls.
million.
Okay, million. I can hear
Yeah,
that.
23, I think.
Yeah, it's correct. It's correct. My next question is when Karthik was giving example of a sports, he mentioned two legends. Can you name those? Name two legends. When
Kapil Dev was one.
Karthik, Kapil Devan. Second one.
I guess MS Dhoni.
No, anybody, and it's Milkha Singh and Kapil Dev. Okay. Next question is from Toastmaster DTM Nagesh's speech. How many services needed to run a building? How many services?
20.
Sorry?
27.
No, you are evaluator, so you should not answer this question. Okay, okay. This is correct anyway. Okay, thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amit, for coming up with such thought-provoking question. And yes, everybody needs to work on their listening skills a bit more, nevertheless, including me. Now, with that, it's already 12, so let me take a bit of 5 minutes of my time and evaluate the meeting quickly. Now, starting with the meeting preparation, like our SAA started the meeting right on time, and before that, we were having certain background music played, which pumped up people. So a great job done on that. Toastmaster Chaitanya, I liked how you had, you called people, you had that audience interaction from very start. You were pulling out people to switch on their cameras, and you were reiterating the core values of Toastmasters, and you also were very mindful of writing down, a warm message in the chat box for everybody, and also sharing the Zoom background. A great job done on that as the Sergeant at Arms for today. However, if you can just have a bit of enthusiasm, that would be great. It will put your SAA role a cherry on top. So thank you so much for taking up the role. With that, let's move on to the presiding officer, DTM Sourav Dutta. You are, like I've always mentioned, you are somebody that we all look up to, and you did a really great job done on taking up the presiding officer role. I liked your energy. I liked your enthusiasm. I liked how you were reiterating what is Toastmasters all about, and also what is Gabbys, and what are the certain achievements that we've had, that milestone that we've achieved in this month, the whole September month. A great job done on that. However, you missed just one thing, which was declare the meeting open. So maybe from next time you keep that in mind, and you're good to go with that. Toastmaster of the day. What a theme selection. Chak Day. An amazing work done on that, Toastmaster Ayush. I really liked how you were managing the whole meeting. The meeting went in a good flow, and I liked you were having certain audience interaction here and there, so that the meeting, so that people are also included and people are there with you in the theme and understand what is the theme all about. However, one suggestion for you is that instead of just asking people their story, how about you come up with certain quiz, certain games or activities that people are, instead of them talking only about their stories, to give a bit of a different and unique touch to your TMOD role. But overall, I must say I have seen you come a long way, and a great job on your role for today, and a great topic selection. Kudos to you for that. And coming to the table topics, evaluators are coming to the table topics master for today, DTM Nancy. I must say that every time you come on the stage, when it comes to table topics, you bring out something new, something different, which is really great. And we all are wondering, okay, shall I come and speak, or what shall I do next? So, you make us think, think that, yes, it is not some random TTM or normal topic. It is different. So think and then answer. A really great take on table topics. I liked how you had a lot of, you had your 2 cents after every speaker, and I liked the innovation that you brought to the table when it comes to table topics and impromptu speaking. I also like the fact that you had, you reiterated the timing, and you said, you introduced that what are we going to do today. However, if I could see that people were somewhere still confused about how do they have a take on the topic. So maybe you would want to clarify that before. Maybe you can give out some example of you speaking for at least 1 minute and giving them a perspective that this is how I want you all to have a take on the topic, to give a clear idea. maybe that can help people understand that, okay, this is what the table topic master is looking for, and maybe we should think in this particular manner. And I also liked, that was only one suggestion, I also like the fact that you innovated on spot. Two to three topics you gave out on spot, so a very well job done on that. Thank you so much for taking up the TTM role, and kudos to you on that. With that, I thoroughly enjoyed the meeting today, and it was a privilege for me to become the general evaluator for our club today. Thank you so much for having me. An amazing meeting, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for the evaluation and the team. Now, without taking any further time, I would like to hand over the stage to a presiding officer and also other Zoom master to launch the polls for the table topics, the best evaluator of the railroad players and the road players. So over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav.
You are on mute, sir.
Oh God, you missed my golden words. Okay, I'll try again. So yeah, so most of the guests have left except for our evaluator 5, Dushyantha. So Dushyantha, any? Oh yeah, we have got a small guest. I don't know if he can give a feedback. She can give a feedback. Devashish, that's your kid? You're on mute.
Yes, that's my kid.
Okay. Hello, how are you?
Hi. Hi.
Hi. Okay. So that was a good feedback. I guess she's happy. We made her happy. Yeah. And Dushyantha, any feedback from your side?
Hi, once again, hi. So first of all, thank you for having me here as an evaluator, first of all. And it's my pleasure to be with you guys again. And yeah, about the meeting, this is something like this is not about the like relevant to the culture that we are having in Sri Lanka, because online meetings most of the time we go for like we have this round robin session that everyone needs to talk, and then we'll go to the table topics, and in the table topics they are like huge hunches, because you just relate the table topics to the sports, and in the meantime the topics, this was like really innovative and stuff. We usually have the gender topics, so this is something new for me, and I wish to see more. And this is something like I love to do, like love to see different aspects of meeting culture of different countries. And yeah, it's absolute love to me, and I just amazed by the meeting, if I say the truth, because when I was in the run, I just got to know about the achievements of Gabbys, and it was like one of the perfect. And thank you for having me, and I'm hoping to see you in the meetings again also. And thank you for having me once again.
Thank you so much. So I know we are above time. We are over time by almost 8 minutes. So I would not want to hold you back any further. We will wrap up in the next 2 minutes. Let me quickly thank all the role takers today who have taken up the roles, and this meeting would not have been possible without you. I'm not too much concerned about the low turnout today, considering it's a long weekend, right? And despite that, we managed to have a pretty good audience. I would say almost 23 people joined the meeting at the peak time. So a very good job by the club PR team and by the VPEs in terms of pulling this meeting through. Not easy, considering that we have got so many meetings in a week, and still we managed to have such a decent audience even in such holiday weekends. So great job to everyone, and can we have a big round of applause for all the club officers and all the role takers for today. Thank you so much. Now let me quickly announce the results for today's polls. So today, the best prepared speaker, we had 3 speakers. 1 speaker got disqualified because of time, and the best speaker for today is Toastmaster Amit Otwani. Heartiest congratulations, Amit, for being the best speaker in today's meeting. The best role taker, this one was a tough fight. Everyone was kind of neck to neck to a certain extent. Finally, it was our grammarian, Toastmaster Karthik Venugopal, who took the cake. And congratulations, Toastmaster Karthik Venugopal, for being the best auxiliary role taker today. Moving on to the best role taker, again, a very tough fight, a neck-to-neck show. Finally, the person who picked ahead is the Goel, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel as the table topic master. Congratulations, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy in absentia. Moving on to the best table topic speaker. Okay, the best table topic speaker is a tie between three people. Interesting. It's a tie between three people, kind of indicative of the times to come in the next few weeks. It is Toastmaster Dhwani Adesara, Toastmaster Lakshmi Sujata, and yours truly. Thank you so much. And finally, the best evaluator, that's again yours truly. Thank you so much for your love, appreciation, and enthusiasm. Thank you. And with this, I adjourn the meeting number 153 of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. See you on Tuesday for the weekly meeting of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club, 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Bye-bye. Have a lovely weekend.
Thank you all. Bye. Thank you, sir. Sourav.